The chilling tale of Bram Stoker's Dracula opens with a young British lawyer, Jonathan Harker, starting off on a train journey to finalize some paperwork for a mysterious Count Dracula in Transylvania. Harker's journey leads him through Europe to the strange foreign lands nestled in the Carpathian Mountains. As he travels, Harker details in his journal the unique and alien experiences he encounters, from delicious ethnic foods to diverse traditional cultures. While speaking with a worker at his final hotel before reaching the castle, Harker finds out that he is to depart for Castle Dracula on a night that holds suspicious reverence to the locals. This ominous message at his departure, coupled with the anxiety of being in a distant land, leaves Harker apprehensive of the coach ride ahead. Despite some eerie, ethereal aspects of the coach ride, Harker safely arrives at Castle Dracula. After a late supper together, the Count cautions Harker against leaving his chambers after nightfall, for the castle holds several secrets, many of which are dark. On this note, the Count leaves Harker for the night. Several days pass, and the finalization of the real estate purchase in England progresses slowly each evening. Rapidly growing bored of his confinement, Harker ventures out one night when he discovers the secret of the Count. On that night, Harker uncovers the secrets of Castle Dracula. Shortly thereafter, Dracula escapes to England, where he begins pursuing Harker's fiancée Mina. Soon, Mina's friend Lucy begins wasting away at Dracula's hands until she finally passes. Lucy's fiancé, Seward, and Dr. Abraham Van Helsing, who had been attempting to nurse Lucy, learn of Dracula's actions. Harker returns to England as Seward and Helsing kill Lucy, who had become a vampiress. Harker and several acquaintances begin hunting Dracula, ultimately chasing him back to Transylvania, where they kill him. This text aligns well with all the reading content standards, particularly 1, 2, 4, and 5. There are many themes throughout Dracula which could easily be applied to the 11th and 12th grade reading standard 1, cite strong and thorough textual evidence to support analysis of what the text explicitly says, as well as inferences drawn from the text, including determining where the text leaves narrative matters uncertain, and reading standard 2, to determine two or more central ideas of a text and analyze their development over the course of the text, including how they interact and build on one another to provide complex analysis. Additionally, as Dracula is a Romantic era text, some of the words and phrases are uncommon in modern speech and writing, so reading standard 4 to determine the meaning of words and phrases as they are used in a text, including figurative, connotative, technical meanings, analyze how an author uses and refines the meaning of a key term or terms over the course of a text, aligns nicely with this book. As many Romantic era writing techniques use complex diction and complex, unfamiliar sentence structure, Dracula may need additional support for students inexperienced in reading works from this era. Finally, and perhaps most uniquely, Dracula is an epistolary novel, a style many students may not have encountered before. Therefore, reading standard 5, analyze and evaluate the effectiveness of the structure an author uses in his or her exposition or argument, including whether the structure makes points clear, convincing, and engaging, becomes incredibly well aligned by examining the text through this lens, particularly as a style adapted to the genre of horror. The complexity level associated with the epistolary novel, such as Dracula, is challenging for students, as it changes styles as well as narrators frequently. This format, coupled with the applications of this format to a specific genre, would need support for students. Ultimately, reading Bram Stoker's Dracula will expose students to a variety of literary themes and elements in a distinctly written, fast-paced novel. For many students, as I mentioned, this text will be their first introduction to the Romantic era and Orientalism and epistolary novels. This exposure, under proper teacher guidance, could inspire many students' appreciation for these facets of literature. Additionally, this text lends itself well to examinations of the horror genre, a travel narrative, and a study of colonial and post-colonial research by reading Count Dracula as an immigrant. These themes can be utilized for a variety of other texts students may wish to read, including the post-colonial and travel narrative aspects of Barbara Kingsolver's The Poisonwood Bible, the horror aspects of any number of Stephen King or Dean Koontz novels, and the horror genre and in Romanticism in Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley's Frankenstein.